we talked last week on Friday about you are where you are. Now, remember, you are where you are because of all the decisions that brought you to where you got yourself into where you are. If it's good or if it's bad, you are where you are. But you don't have to stay that way. So, on a negative note, you are in a good place and you don't stay that way because, you slip up, you stop caring. Or to make it positive, you're not in the place that you want to be, but your next step, your very next moment that you encounter is orchestrated to be a positive experience to take you to a next level. So remember that. I'm gonna bring this closer to me. My little iPad. Well, it ain't little. So, as I always have, I have this in my mind, in the back of my mind. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. And in their hearts, that's coming from Proverbs 16:3, and Proverbs 16:9 says, "In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." So, what we talked about Friday was that mind shift from just doing a task or having a goal, year-end goal. In January, I wanted to have 10 goals. Right now, because I'm slowing down, because I'm breathing and I'm exhaling, and I'm taking time to think, and I'm taking time to connect with God and to actually see what He has for me to do. Since I'm doing that, I've narrowed my things down to one project. Now, I didn't delete those goals, or I didn't just throw them out the window. They're still on my phone. If you look at my phone screensaver, they're still there, all 10. And I'm working towards each one, but as I'm living my life, I need one project. One thing at a time. If we're doing several things all at the same time, that means probably, more than likely, none of them are getting attention, the attention that it deserves, or it could get your full attention. So keep that in mind as you, really start to plan out your things. Just take it from a task, or I got to do this, to a project, which means I need planning, I need scheduling, I need materials, I need to gather my things together. So we started our shift thinking from goals to tasks that need to happen. A task I got to do this, or I want this down by 2022. I want to have this amount of money, or I want to have this done to my house, or I want to have this done. I want to have this done. Okay. Going from that kind of goal, we're going to do it, to I went from there to SMART goals, which is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and trackable, to being more specific. Now I want to take those SMART goals and just full blown project. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with projects, but usually you have a project manager, and there's this thing called a Gantt chart. And a Gantt chart lists all of your tasks, and you put those tasks in order, and they have a schedule. So like if you were building a house, first thing you might want to do is lay the foundation. So You don't put like the roof on before you lay the foundation, or you don't put the roof on before you have walls or, the sticks up, right? You have this, and this has to be done in this amount of time. So the next thing can happen, which in this amount of time. So the next thing can happen, which is in this amount of time. And a Gantt chart shows you that. I'm pretty sure there's programs out there that have Gantt charts. That's an old school term right there. I'm kind of showing my Six Sigma type old school thinking. So the start of the pre-planning period is where we gather the materials and we gather the information and develop a timeline for each step. So the next little thing I wanted you to think about is decide on what makes your project successful. So we've got all this stuff together. We made this massive brain dump, right? And with this brain dump, you've taken everything into consideration, everything that you could think about, man. I need this, I need that. And even if it doesn't matter, whatever comes to your mind, write it down, because sometimes God is just downloading things and he's like, save this for later. And in our human thinking, in our way of doing things, it's like, well, that's stupid, I won't do that. But like I said, write everything down. Everything down. And then decide how it relates. So right now, what I want you to think about is, if you did that already, if you wrote everything down, what makes your, take a step back, a sidestep, and look at your project from the end. Now you wanted to accomplish this goal, and now it's a project. So what's the end result? What does the end look like? What does your project look like in the end? What's it doing? What was the purpose of having this goal? If you wanted $1 million, okay, by this time, 5 years from now, what are you doing with the $1 million? What was it for? Why was it even important? Remember, we're slowing down and we're connecting with God. So what was the purpose of this project that's going to take up so much of your time and all of your resources to accomplish? What's it for? What does the project do after its completion? Not only what does it look like after you successfully accomplish it, but what does it do? What kind of legacy does it leave? How does it govern your life afterwards? Why is this a better thing? So, to wrap today up, we'll continue this tomorrow, but relate all things that's written from the brain up to the true needs of the project. So you might have 50 things written down, but only 2 of them really are truly needed to make the project successful. So you want to relate the things that, you can have these things. And like I said, have them written down. Don't throw it away, but take out the things that truly are needed for the project to be successful. So you are relating to things that must happen, or you're relating to things that you must have to get it done, because all that extra baggage, all the bells and whistles, right now we're trying to get to the skeleton of what actually needs to happen. Okay, all the extra baggage or all the extraness that we want to put in this project that we think we might need before we look at it, is going to just slow you down. And sometimes we have such a big fluff of stuff that we don't get to really get to the skeleton. We don't get to get there because we have all this other junk in the way. So what we want to do is, good morning, is get to the end result, which would be the actual skeleton. And then we're going to put the skeleton together, and then we start putting meat on the bones. Okay. So right now, that's what we're going to focus on today is your project, the skeletons of the project that's going to make things happen, and save all the other stuff for later. Okay. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will, we do kampai today. I get close to you. Kampai.